Ladies and gentlemen.
My people, my people, my people, my people. We're back. We're better than ever. We're in the holly jolly spirit, whether it's Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, or something else. We're back. We're better than ever, baby. Happy holidays. If you don't celebrate the holidays, happy New Year. If you don't like the New Year's, hey, man, I'm just happy you're here another day on this beautiful green earth with us as we sit here and escape Earth and welcome to Mars, baby. We're back. I'm so happy to say we're back because, man, I was down bad. I'm not going to lie, Rob. Rob, I'm not going to lie to you, brother.
Yeah, you caught that package.
I caught that Joe Biden. I ain't going to lie to you. I caught that JoJo. Oh, man, that was tough, bro. It was so
Yeah,
tough.
quarantine yourself.
First time I ever got it, like, bro, like 3.5 years I went COVID free. That was crazy. I've caught flu since, all that other stuff. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't catch COVID until I got the vaccine.
Man, we gotta stop. We gotta stop.
Shout out to Kyrie.
we gotta stop. Shout out Jonathan Isaac. No, let me stop. Oh man, bro. But no, man, it's been a tough month. It's been a tough month. Rob and I haven't been able to catch each other. We've had so many different things going on, but you better believe we've been having conversations, talking ball, and we can't wait to break down what we've seen the last few weeks, the last couple months. It's been a lot of fun, and some things that weren't so much fun. To be honest, some things were sad to see, and we're gonna break all that down and more. But before that, I have to do a quick little intermission and have a conversation with the people real quick. I have to take Rob off the screen because I'm personally affected by this. So I need to talk to the people one-on-one, Rob, if you don't mind. Listen, I have made this fucking Facebook channel for Welcome to Mars twice now. Not uno, dos. And somebody keeps hacking it. So what I need y'all to do, I ain't making another one. There will be no trace. I need y'all to follow Welcome to Mars on Instagram and on YouTube or on Spotify. You can go on Welcome to Mars. You'll see the little logo up in the right-hand corner right there. You can follow us on Facebook. We had over 200 subscribers on the Facebook, but I only got 6 followers on the YouTube. The YouTube's the best quality, baby. You can fast forward, go back 15 second back. You can pause, read comments. You can see other videos that you want to watch afterwards. You just got to give it a chance. So if you haven't already, definitely hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button to the YouTube because, baby, I ain't doing this shit again. I don't know who's mad, but argue with your mama, not with me, because we up, we stuck, we ain't going back down. That's all. I just had to get that out the way, man, because I can't anymore, bro. I can't anymore. Like it's so bad. It was so fucking bad, bro. Like I mean, come on, bro. Like
it's all good though, man. We still here. We still standing. We still here.
We still here, and that's okay. But like, man, bro, like, man. But with that being said, man, we got an amazing show for you guys tonight. I'm excited about it. I know Rob's got the TV on right now, checking out the games.
Watching Philly and Minnesota, it's going down right now.
I bet it is.
It's going down right now.
I was trying to put in a ticket earlier today, but DraftKings kind of exploded or something.
You know what? I'm gonna have to take a break from gambling for a while.
I understand. But a team that I didn't take a bet on or even take a chance on, Rob, that you and I were ready to call it quits on, are currently up 33-22 against the Los Angeles Lakers with 46 seconds left in the first quarter.
Mm.
LeBron James is in Chicago, ladies and gentlemen.
Brian James.
I hope anybody who hasn't gotten a chance to see LeBron in person has gotten a chance to see him tonight. If you are at the UC, please appreciate greatness. Please don't hit me. I don't want to hear no Michael Jordan talk. I don't want to hear no Kobe Bryant talk. It's
Appreciate LeBron.
just it's one of the last go arounds. Just understand that. So
Well, not according to him. Now LeBron
not
said.
according to him, but you never
LeBron said
know.
when he turns 40, he's gonna shoot hands with his. He's gonna shoot shots with his left hand until he's 45. He's gonna score 5,000. Then he gone. So he said he's gonna score 5,000 with his left hand. Hey, and I don't put it past. He a natural lefty.
I understand. I understand. From one lefty to another, I can see it happen. You know what I'm saying? But man, let's talk about it, man.
What's up, Randy? We go.
Randy,
Hey,
Mr. Jowers.
make sure you stick around for this jaw talk. You hear me?
We talking Ja next, but right now we got to talk about the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
I need the opinion.
What? I'm happy to talk about the Bulls.
Listen, Rob, I'm gonna set the scene. You ready for this? I was there, and I told you I was there in Game 1 without Zach LaVine. The foot inflammation that is keeping him out for the next month or more. I'm there in the Milwaukee Bucks game. I told the story. I got into it. I'm roughhousing with some guys. You got Caruso balling now. You got Kobe White with the dagger. You got all these different things going on. And I said, man, that was a great win. We won without DeMar and Zach. We beat the Milwaukee Bucks. Rob, then we beat the Miami Heat. Then we beat the Philadelphia 76ers, something we've only done once in the last 7-8 years.
We beat the Pelicans too. Don't forget about that. That was
Don't
a big
forget,
win.
we beat the Pelicans. We put the paws on the Pelicans.
It was
Kobe
a big
White
win.
had 31.
That was a big win.
UC was yelling, Kobe, Kobe,
Hey,
Kobe. I ain't
been
never heard
hooping.
no one yell for Zach, Rob.
Kobe been hooping though.
But let's break that down. The Bulls have won 6 of their last 9. In the last 9 games, Kobe White is shooting, and this is not a miscalculation. This is a fact. 51% from 3. 26, 6, and 6. Patrick Williams averaging 13 points, but had 25 points in South Beach.
He's been hooping too. I gotta give
He's
it
been
to
hooping.
Pat.
Caruso's been hooping. DeMar. I see DeMar passing the ball. Great team chemistry. The fluidity of this offense is just off the charts. Vooch seems comfortable. I saw Vooch against the Bucks in both games. Bucks won the second game, but they went into overtime. They fought.
Oh,
They
yeah.
lost by less than 5 points. I mean, you almost beat the Bucks twice. I
You're
don't
not
care
just
how long
going
it takes Dame to figure it out, bro. That's a win to me.
Look, you're not just playing the Bulls, and it's not like how it used to be, where it's like, okay, it's gonna be an easy night at the office. No, when you playing the Bulls, you're gonna be playing a little tough, tenacious team.
Mm-hmm.
And
This
they
team's
realize the Bulls realize they got to scrap and claw for everything. So it's been great to see the evolution of Kobe White, like to see this kid really step up and take on the scoring deficiencies that we've had as a unit. And to see Caruso giving that championship advice. Remember, he played with the Lakers and they won in the bubble, so he knows how it feels to win the ring. And I don't care what nobody say. I'll say it once. I've said it again. You crazy as hell if you think that bubble championship was easy. That probably took the most focus of all, because now you have to do something when you don't feel like doing it. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay in Disney World without your family. You gotta stay quarantined, eating the same food, seeing the same things every day. No fans, only virtual TV boxes. So to win a championship during that time when racial tensions are happening outside in the outside world, COVID is happening, and at that time we thought if you caught COVID, it was a death sentence. So that was a very hard championship to win. So Caruso giving that championship advice, and just to see the team rally together, DeMar understanding he doesn't have it anymore to that level to be the takeover guy, and recognizing that he can still be a decoy and do other things for us out there on the floor. And I got to give a shout out to Big Vooch. Big Vooch has been hooping. Like, we've been running the offense through Vooch. Good to see the Bulls go to an inside-outside game. You know what I mean? And Vooch has been down there dominating in the paint. You could put Vooch for about 20 and 12 on your ticket every time.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And, man, I think there's so many levels to it. There's so
Yeah,
many
I've been
levels
watching,
to it.
Mike. I've been
I
watching. I've been watching. When you
and,
start winning, I start watching. Okay,
that's
we were just sad, dude. It was really tough to see that Bulls team sad. Like you'll see my love for the Bulls when we talk in our last segment when we talk about our favorite Christmas game.
mm-hmm.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like I got love for the Bulls always. I'm always gonna I'm always gonna see red. But I need them to start seeing progression.
Yeah.
It's tough to watch a team just suck and be okay with that.
And we talk a lot about the team missing on so many different levels, and draft picks not panning out, Patrick Williams being a bust, quote unquote, Io obviously still being a second round pick. Nothing really more than that, but Io's been balling out as well. Kobe White not living up to being a number 7 overall pick, Laurie not figuring it out until later, Wendell not figuring it out till later. I start realizing, I know this is a very small sample size, but you have to have that real conversation, Rob, of like, hey man, maybe these guys could have developed if one guy wasn't here. Zach LaVine leaves the lineup, Patrick Williams is flourishing. Ayo Dosunmu is flourishing. Kobe White is flourishing. Nikola Vucevic looks like the 2020 version of himself in Orlando that we traded for. DeMar DeRozan, I mean, let's be real, Rob. DeMar DeRozan was on an MVP candidate season the first time he came around. After a while of playing with Zach, I think that kind of just floats away. But
Yeah,
you because you have to defer to him. That's just what it is. You know what I mean?
yeah,
To
of
make him
course.
happy, you have to defer. But I think at the end of the day, man, we're getting to a point to where I'm starting to see this team look like the best version of themselves since the first half of that 2021 season. When you had Lonzo Ball and company still here, when you were doing what you were doing, and we were the first seed in the East for the first half of the season. This wasn't a couple weeks. This was the first half of the season. It was us and the Miami Heat going tick for tack. And I mean, Rob, at the end of the day, hey, if Zach's foot still hurts, it can hurt as long as you want it to hurt, big bro. That's cool. Because I do not see a world right now where Zach LaVine comes back into this lineup. I don't see how you can do that after the success of Kobe White, after the emergence of Patrick Williams, after the fluidity of this offense, like I mentioned earlier. I mean, the floor spacing just looks astronomically better on
Yeah,
all cylinders. They just look like a great unit. I mean, Rob, we saw them go into Philly and have an amazing ball movement play. I don't know. I don't have the video on me right now. I don't know if you saw it, but Kobe's coming down with it. He shoots it across the court to the 3 in the corner to Alex Caruso. He kicks it back out to the top of the key to Javon Carter. Why are all 3 of those guys on the court at the same time? I don't know, but it works. And then I have Zach LaVine, a man who's making over $200 million, and I can't beat the Philadelphia 76ers more than twice in 6 years. Rob, that's crazy. He's
time for the
beaten
bean to
Philly
go.
twice, and the one time he didn't play.
Time for the bean to go. I've been saying this. I'm just glad y'all finally starting to see what I've been saying.
I've been there. I've been there a very long. You know, me and you have had this conversation a lot too, and me and you never argued about it, but I felt like we got close to it. Everybody always tried to say it was DeMar. I always personally felt like it was always Zach. I felt like DeMar kept getting that short end of the stick because of the whole he couldn't get past LeBron thing. I was like, yeah, but what has Zach ever done? Ever? You know what I mean? Like what Anthony Edwards
He's
has
won a
done,
dunk contest.
that's cool. And I honestly I felt like Aaron won it. You know what I mean? I didn't even
Facts.
to be
Facts.
honest, but Aaron
Facts.
got
When he
the Aaron.
had the mascot get on the little, I forgot what you call them little things, the little hoverboard,
Mm-hmm.
and he did the spin. He held the ball like that. Oh, my mama, Aaron Gordon won
Bro, jumped over a
that.
fucking car, ladies and gentlemen. How are we gonna? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Miss Cynthia, we see you. I saw her posting some stuff. She's doing amazing things over there, doing a couple things for the kids this holiday
Yeah, y'all
season.
definitely reach out to her. Go to her page, man. She taking donations and things for kids and
Mm-hmm.
trying to do some things for the kids around the holidays. I know she just had a bowling event. I couldn't
Yeah,
go, but definitely made sure I donated.
dude. Man. You already know I was trying to do so much stuff this holiday season, man, and man, got the JoJo, man. I can't. I'm sorry. I let the kids down. I let the Grinch stole Christmas, and it was COVID. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
don't worry, Christmas ain't over yet, baby.
Nah, not yet, not in the slightest. But man, bro, it was so much fun to watch. Not even was. It still is so much fun to watch this Bulls team get after it. But Rob, I want to debate with you. We got a couple landing spots for Zach LaVine rumor. But before we get into our little debate, I want to get into the real conversation. Now, the rumors and speculations are going around that the Bulls tried getting Darius Garland from the Cleveland Cavaliers. I talked to a couple people on the beat. I've spoken to a couple cats that I know who know people. I don't know anybody, but I know people who know people. You know what I mean?
Then
But
you know people.
it is exactly. I know somebody, but it sounds like those things were true.
Shout out to Tommy DeVito.
Hey, but um, though, man, I'm hearing that it was true that they were looking at a trade for a guy like Darius Garland. How do you feel about that? That they were willing to go take a chance on a guy like Garland, who I personally, I'm a big Garland fan. I love his game. I think this would have been a clear win for the Bulls. I don't think there's a world where Donovan Mitchell and Zach LaVine can coexist.
Nah, nah. And Cleveland was smart to reject that trade.
100%.
It's gonna be hard to get rid of. You got to think about it. He still, I don't know how many years he has left on his contract.
I think
But
4.
you also got to think about the fact that he's injury prone, and you have to think about the fact that he's a diva. Scouts and GMs and presidents of operations, they see these things. Head coaches see these things, because they have a say so on who's coming to the team as well. So you have to think about like Levine. I mentioned this to you over a call. His stock is going down.
Yeah, every day.
Every day the Bulls are going, even if they don't win, teams are looking like they're playing hard. Like this team is not just, dialing it up and rolling everything up and saying, you know what, we'll try again next year. They're playing hard now, and they've been playing better than they've ever been this season. And it's without Levine.
Right.
So if I'm a GM, if I'm a president of operation, if I'm somebody that, controls, bringing in players, hell no, I'm not giving up Garland for Levine.
No, right. But you know what I do love about them going after Garland is addressing, hey, we still do need a point guard for Kobe, though. Because
Yeah.
you and I have spoken about that all the time. Kobe,
Yeah,
as much as he is flourishing right now, 6-6 is great, off of 26 points per game. And I've seen him even get up to 8 at some points. But that's not him. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And shooting 51% from 3 is very hard, especially if you're anybody other than Steph
That,
Curry. I mean, even Curry ain't getting 51% from 3. That's just real,
but he still makes it look Stefford.
Oh, he do, and that's one of our next topics because we're gonna move out from the Bulls soon. But
Thank God.
I love that we're going after a legitimate point guard because the Lonzo Ball situation is still not over. Lonzo is going to be on this team next year, and I don't know if he's going to be actually healthy. So
I
that's
don't know. I don't know if Lonzo's ever gonna play again.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like he's going to be on the team, but is he going to be here?
Yeah.
Even if he is, what version of him are you getting? I have no idea. So I do love that they're still going after a point guard of the future, not just a Patrick Beverly type move like last year where this was just a rental. We'll see what happens type thing. We've
Well,
heard
you got a couple people on the market though. You got like I've been reading articles where the Lakers are trying to get rid of D'Angelo Russell. Jordan Clarkson now has been asked to be released from Utah. So and they're looking to shop him around. Now, I know they're saying Jordan Clarkson. They're looking at the Lakers, which would be dynamic for the Lakers just to have that type of scoring output. But right now, I think the Bulls should just bite their time, wait until the season's over, get in free agency, save some money, start to dump some of these contracts, and hopefully then we can get because Chicago's still a big market. It's still Chicago. So at the end of the day, who wouldn't want to come play here?
100%, 100%. And I really love that Zach is out here kind of fishing around. Hey, I'd love to go to Sacramento. I'd love to go to LA. That's great. Here's the problem. The perimeter defense need for the Los Angeles Lakers right now, even though they've won the in-season tournament, is still their biggest need. And Zach doesn't play a lick of defense. He's inconsistent. He makes bad shot selections down the stretch during games. That's not a hot take. That's just a fact. Zach will give you 20 points and then do dumb shit 5 times over in the last 5 minutes of a game. That's just really what it is. So I don't see.
Speaking of the Lakers winning the in-season tournament, let me just give you a question real quick. How did you feel about them raising the banner for that?
Rob,
I felt the same way, bro. Hey, I said that too. I said that yesterday on Rob's 2 Cents. I said, to take a page out of my boy Bubba Dub book. That boy said Kobe rolling over in his grave right now, boy.
But
I couldn't
I
believe
will
they
say
raised the
this.
damn banner for that shit.
I will say this though. Shaq last night said it's not a banner. He said you can't. He had a Starbucks cup, and he put a little ornament on it. He said you can't put an ornament on a cup and call it a Christmas tree. If you look at the banners versus that banner, they look completely different.
Yeah, because
Because
it's an in season tournament. It's
well,
not
what?
even.
But that's what he's saying. So it's not a real banner. It's just like an
But my
add-on.
thing comes from if you go back and watch an old Kobe clip,
Oh, I've seen it. I've been
and he's
posting it.
like, "Dude, we raised
We
championship
don't raise
banners, bro.
division
We
titles.
don't
We don't
raise
raise
divisional
conference
titles
champions.
around here and all this stuff, man. We don't want the morality win. Like it was one thing. Like first of all, I like the tournament. It was one thing with the champagne popping. I'm like, really, y'all? But when I found out they was really gonna have like a banner ceremony, I was just like, y'all out of pocket, and they deserved to lose that game because they was out of pocket for that. Like they was really out of pocket.
Yeah, I wasn't a
I
fan.
just, I don't, I get that they trying to make it a big deal, but it's
Right.
like, dude, you don't raise All Star banners.
No. I mean, bro, like it was a very strange because LeBron didn't even give a
Yeah,
fuck.
hey, you know what? I'll give it to Brian. Brian had a look on his face like, come on, y'all, wow.
Yeah, like Bron did not want to be there. I know Bron was probably thinking of Kobe and Jordan and all of them at the same time. Like these motherfuckers laughing at me right now. But I feel like that wasn't on the Lakers. That was obviously the NBA trying to continue to show, hey, because like think about it, Rob. So that's the Lakers mentality.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this, Rob Scott. The Charlotte Hornets would kill for an in-season tournament banner right now. The New York Knicks would kill for a banner right now.
but those are teams that don't win championships.
But that's what I'm saying. So other teams are like, oh, cool, we can get a banner. We'll never get a banner in the NBA
I don't
championship.
want
So,
no banner if it ain't the real thing.
well, that's as close as some cats are gonna get to it. And I think that's really the conversation. You know what I mean? So I think it was just unfortunate that it was the Lakers of all teams that had to raise it. But I still got to give our credit to them because AD had a hell of a performance that night. Bron was amazing throughout the entire tournament. I mean, 40 points and 20 boards from AD is fucking crazy. And I
Yeah,
told you this. Listen, if Anthony Davis played at a neutral site every night, he'd be one of the best players of all time. But unfortunately, that's just not how it fucking works. Because if he in the tournament and in the bubble, that man played his fucking ass off. Everywhere else is very inconsistent. But I think he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. He's having a great season. We're finishing off with the Bulls talk. Obviously, we don't know what's going on with Zach. There's rumors today and yesterday from Casey Johnson saying that there is a possibility that he stays with the team the remainder of the season. We may not see a move at any point during the 2023-2024 season. That is a possibility. But just like James Harden in Philly, I do believe at some point a team is just going to take a chance. You always see a team take a chance. Teams get desperate. Teams just want change. One man's trash is another man's treasure. See James Harden now. We're going to talk about what the Clippers have been doing as of late because we clowned them. We clowned them, Rob, in the first 6-7 games, and they lost 7
hey,
straight.
Harden
Yeah,
is stupid.
figuring it out. We're going to talk about that. But yeah, but shout out to the Bulls, man. Shout out Kobe White. Shout out Billy Donovan. Real shout out to Billy Donovan for being able to hold this locker room together because I thought he lost it. I'm not even going to lie. But moving on. Last night, won a hell of a game. Won a hell of a game, and I could be talking about multiple. You don't even know. Which one are we going to talk about first? I want to start with Steph. Let's start with Steph.
Yes, sir.
Because, man, first of all, Rob, may I take a second? I want to show some love to somebody who maybe he wasn't huge in the whole entirety of the season, but you called for his head. Everybody called for his head in the beginning of the year. The first 9 games, Klay Thompson couldn't hit 20 points. After that, he's hit 20 points in the last 13 games. Klay Thompson is showing Steph, hey, brother, listen, I don't want to leave. I hear the noise. Draymond's gone. We got all these different things going on. I hear it. I don't have an extension, and I know why. Shout out Clay for balling. But man, let's get into Curry, man, because Curry goes up against Tatum, goes up against Jaylen Brown. Man, Rob, you know it's bad when Tatum had to take the night off the next night. Tatum ain't playing tonight. Tatum said, I still see him in my dreams. I can't get him out. I can't get him out. You see Steph Curry finish the night in overtime against the Boston Celtics, first in the East Boston Celtics with
Yeah,
33, 6 and 3 in 38 minutes. Klay Thompson right behind him with 24, 4 and 4 and 40. Jonathan Kuminga, who had a
he was
phenomenal night
balling.
defensively,
He was
17,
balling.
2 and 7 and 34.
Yeah.
A couple other guys had a great game.
No, talk about my boy Davis Jackson,
I was
Trent
about to say
Davis.
Jackson Davis, 10, 1 and 13 and
Woo!
29.
Out there hooping, boy.
Kids been stepping up. Kids been stepping up. I mean, the Warriors are weird because I feel like they always find these cats later in the first round, second round, that they could just plug in and they know exactly where they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to do. So I have to give my credit and my hats off to their development system and also their drafting squad because their scouting department's great. But Rob,
Shout
I don't
out to
know.
Chris Paul too, man. Out there holding down the fort, being the point general, 12 assists, no turnovers. That's what he do. That's the point
Mhm.
guard.
How
And
did
I,
you
woo,
feel about the whole game though?
man, you know what? First of all, I think Golden State got Boston's number. I think they got Boston's number. I think Steph Curry, he quietly, nobody ever talks about this. Steph Curry quietly instills fear in people.
Mm,
They won't say it publicly. They won't admit it like in the media's press or a post game interview or anything like that. But you can just tell people are on the edge of their seats when Steph Curry is on the court because what he can do is amazing. Even Shaq went as far as to say at the end, watching Inside the NBA, that Steph Curry he think is better than he is, and
I
that
saw that. He
that
said he's in
he's
the GOAT
saying
debate.
he's saying that you might have to start putting Steph Curry in greatest player of all time discussion.
Mhm.
And to me, he's not there yet. Like I don't feel like
What is it for you that has to happen within the next 3 to 5 years and the
he
rest of his
has to
career?
win another Finals MVP in another Finals.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because Magic Johnson has five,
Kobe has 5.
and not even Kobe. I'm just for him to be considered he got to get past being the greatest point guard first.
Mm,
To me, he's not the greatest point guard. It's Magic. It's
right.
still Magic because Magic. And I know people say, well, he had all these all stars and things like that. They didn't win until they got Magic.
Right.
Like Magic put all that together. You want to talk about floor general? That was Magic, and I
Right.
don't.
And to that point though, Rob, I mean, okay, so Magic had Kareem, and that's great.
And he had James Worthy, and he
But
had Michael
okay,
Cooper,
but we
and
not
he
gonna
had
sit up here and act like Curry didn't have Kevin Durant, Andre
Kevin
Iguodala,
Durant,
Klay
a prime
Thompson,
Klay Thompson,
Chris
right?
Paul. Like, what do we
Andre Iguodala.
Like, what do we like? Come on, Clay is arguably a top 5 shooter of all time. Kevin Durant is
No,
arguably
not arguably, he is.
well, yeah, and you also look at you got a lot of haters nowadays, Rob. You know what I'm saying? But when it's all said and done,
You
Clay
gotta
will
go
be.
Steph. You gotta go Steph, Reggie, Ray, Clay. Like that
Mhm.
gotta be your list. To me personally,
I
now I
take him over
know
Reggie.
I'll put you gotta add JJ to that list. You gotta
Yep,
add Cal Korver to that list.
yep.
Cal Korver was my dude. That was a dude that used to put fear in my heart.
Bulls legend, baby.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Cal Korver was that dude, bro.
He had that.
When I used
Remember,
to,
he had that mop top. That's the same
yeah,
time I
I
was
used to
rocking the
see
mop
him
top.
open, boy. I used to get nervous. Then I'll take you back. You gotta throw people in there like Pager. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Don't get me started about greatest shooters. I know a thing or two about that. You know what I'm
Stop,
saying? You gotta let
stop talking to me, bro. Stop talking to me, bro. Get out, log out for me real quick.
that.
But no, bro, I
Shots
definitely
fired.
get it.
Shots fired. But nah, to see what Steph is doing at his age,
Hmm.
people gotta remember Steph is my age. He's 35. That's
Yep.
old when you talking about NBA. Trust me.
Yeah.
I go play open gym on Sundays almost every Sunday. And right now I'm still healing from Sunday. Ankles hurt and it just they do this for 82 games, bro. And
I'll
I know
bust
they
your
didn't.
ass, Rob Scott.
I
I'll
know.
bust your ass, Rob Scott.
Hey,
I will.
don't do that to yourself.
Ah.
Yeah. Don't do that to yourself.
Ugh.
I'm telling you, I'm a problem.
Tear my ACL.
I'm a
Oh,
problem.
you got a
Matter of
problem.
fact, I'm not even a problem. I'm a bucket.
Oh, okay.
Ask anybody. Hey, look, it's more than just a shirt. I'm out here giving gifts and buckets.
Oh
You
man.
know.
Hey, I'll mop the floor with you, dog, and your bucket. But
Hey, but honestly though, man, Steph is just amazing, dude. That game winning shot was amazing, bro.
it was crazy, bro. I mean, I was watching it. He said, "Me, me, 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 me.
And
Night, night."
pointed to Reggie Miller's son, man. That was
That
a
was hot.
beautiful moment.
He had the
Hey,
Curry jersey on too.
Reggie Miller actually liked my comment, man. I was like, man, that was awesome, legend. On his Instagram page, he actually gave boy a like. Reggie, join the show. We'll
Oh
love
man,
to talk basketball with you.
that'd
Oh
be
my
crazy.
golly Wally.
That'd be. Oh my god. Oh my golly Wally. We got the rest
Hey,
of this game though, real quick, Rob. We got Jalen Brown, who is absolutely amazing. Got him in fantasy. He was carrying 28, 7, and 8 and 41. You said something earlier that kind of got me because I think you got it twisted, and I think I could tell you why.
I got
I
it
don't
twisted.
think they necessarily have Boston's number.
Oh, they got Jason Tatum number.
I think they got Tatum. Because Derek White in 40 had 33 and 7. Obviously, we just talked about Jalen Brown. True Holiday was hitting clutch free throws, 13, 1, and 7 and 36. His defense is pretty phenomenal considering who he was going up against. Jason Tatum in 41 minutes in overtime, 15, 7, and 8 in 41 minutes. We
I
saw
would
this in
never
the
bet on
finals.
Jason Tatum again. I swear to God.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this in the finals where Andrew Wiggins was keeping him at bay and really just making sure that he wasn't a big problem. They were neutralizing him. And it was his first time on the stage, so I definitely understood that. But it was also Andrew's first time on the stage. So you can't take everybody's first finals for what it is. You got to see them again. You know what I mean? You told me this about Jimmy Butler. Okay, well, we saw it in the bubble, but can Jimmy do it again? Saw Jimmy go back. Hey, he didn't win, but he kept that same energy. He was that dog that we knew he was. I said, okay, Jimmy's got that AI in him. Maybe he
Yeah,
ain't never win a motherfucker, but he gonna go to that motherfucker and he
yeah.
gonna show out. So I love that. Tatum in the brightest of lights when it comes to the Golden State Warriors. I don't know what it is because, mind you, Andrew Wiggins is on the bench.
Yeah.
Draymond Green, who we're going to talk about after the jaw conversation, is gone. So
Indefinitely.
there is indefinitely there is no reason that Jason Tatum should finish this game of 5 quarters of basketball with 15 points. Rob, that is less than 5 points per fucking quarter.
You know what? People looked at me weird when I said this, but I was saying if it came down to choosing Tatum or Brown, I
I'm
would
picking Brown.
probably keep Brown
I'm keeping Brown.
because Brown. Remember, he was the best player in the finals. Tatum kind of disappeared when they played the Warriors that time, and then even against the Heat. Now I know you can't stop injury from happening. But remember, he goes down with an injury in Game 7 versus Miami, and kind of leave Jalen Brown to take on everything by himself again. So I I'm starting to question Jason Tatum. I won't lie to you, but I know
Mm-hmm.
who I'm not questioning: the shooting goat. That's what I call him, the greatest 3-point shooter ever.
Mm-hmm.
Steph in time to cook Curry. Mr. Wardell was out there dropping bombs, bro.
That's
Six
what I
of
tweeted.
11 from the three
That,
point line.
that's what I tweeted right after it happened. I wrote war down. Like,
Wardell.
oh,
You
bro.
know it's real when they call you by your real name,
He said, oh,
bro. A work of art.
work of art, man. Work of
Hey,
art.
hey, that man, bro. But let's get into the next game though, cause my
Listen,
boy back.
we saw a work of art last night. We saw an absolute work of art.
My
That's
boy back.
we got
My
we
boy back.
we got to get Rob out of here, man. Hey, for Ja, we got to
My boy back. Blip, blip. My boy John back.
we had Ja Morant make his first return to the NBA in 8 months, which is so long overdue. So long overdue because I mean the league missed Ja. I think we can all admit whether you like him, love him, or hate him, or just don't care. The league needs players like Ja Morant for what they bring, the tenacity, the athleticism, the hype, the energy. It was absolutely amazing to see him get back on the court. I mean, it was an all-out blast. And let's talk about the game going up against Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans, which I was gratefully disappointed. You saw me in the comments talking to our boy Jeezy in Memphis. I was talking to you about it as well, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, I always feel like Zion is ducking Ja, whether
You
that's
don't
not
want
playing
that
in the
smoke.
game. Yeah, you're either not playing in the game, or when you do, you got what, 15 points? In like, what are we talking
But he
about?
had
Like,
the flu.
yeah,
So
I
he had
mean,
flu like shit. Come on now. He knew Ja was back. That's
yeah,
what it was. He got sick to his stomach thinking about, damn. And they took me number one.
yeah.
He got sick to his stomach.
And I remember telling people, man, I watched a lot of that season. First, I remember praying the Chicago Bulls picked Kobe White because I was a huge UNC Tar Heel fan at the time. Um, and then I said John Morant should go number one because he reminded me so much of Derrick Rose. And it's so dope to see them walk onto the court together now. They're walking out of the locker room, they're dressed together. Derek has talked so highly of John Moran so far this year. He said he's the hardest working motherfucker. He's there and shoot around. He's there post practice. He's there after practice. I mean, it's great to see that. Brandon Ingram for the New Orleans Pelicans, 34, 6 and 4 in 37 minutes, leads the team. You got Valanciunas, 22, 1 and 14 and 33. CJ McCollum does what CJ McCollum does best, chokes. I'm 18, 6 and 3, but chokes the game away. Zion, though, 13, 4 and 3 in 25 minutes.
Yeah. I know people
13,
gonna
4.
blame it on they're gonna blame it on the cold, but
I don't want to, man.
it's the truth though, man.
I would, Rob, you know what I would respect more? Blame it on the IG model that's been talking down on his name the last couple days before you blame it on a cold.
They
Because
doing it again?
she shorty clapped back this. I don't. You got to go check some Instagrams after this because I sent you a couple. Because man, she's just going on and on and on. She's talking about this man got soda in his bathroom. Like talking crazy. She said some. She said some outlandish shit.
She
I ain't
said
gonna lie.
soda in the bathroom. That's wild.
She said you got some soda in the bathroom, but Ja Morant goes into this game for the first time in 8 months in a Memphis Grizzlies uniform. 34, 8, and 6 with the game-winning drive in 35 minutes. You also saw Jaren Jackson Jr. with 24, 0, and 6 and 30. Desmond Bain, who had 21, 5, and 1 and 35. And Rob, to me, I think this is the biggest key. I think this is what's huge is now that Ja is back, you have a top 10 player in the league and one of the best players in the West. Not going to say the best, but one of. You start to see three players who can give you double figures, and they're going to be in the 20s. I
Yeah.
mean, Jaren Jackson Jr. was the question mark to me. I told this to our guy Randy. I know he's in here right now watching somewhere. He's getting the remodel done. He's doing business. He's gonna have the hottest house in Memphis. I'm excited. I'm excited.
We need to
But
come over for some Memphis barbecue.
fuck it, the hottest house in Tennessee. She's the only 10 I see. But with that being said, I think the reality is Draymond and Jaren Jackson Jr., Rob. What is the difference? Now, Randy's probably like, got a million differences.
It's a
But I tell
million.
you
I
what,
was
man,
about to say that too. Like offensive game,
you
that
see
a
two
3-point
guys.
shooter, and he's disciplined. He
Exactly.
knows how to play defense without punching people in the face.
But that's what I'm trying to get at, though, is the first couple of points that you made is the true difference. Now, this is a guy who's won Defensive Player of the Year. He could easily sit here and say, hey, man, that's all I'm about to do. That's all I'm about to do is play defense. Not only is he playing offense, to Randy's point, an offense that is actually good, but the man's averaging over 20 points per game. You throw John Morant back into that mix, Rob, we got a problem. You still got Marcus Smart on this team, who's going to be cleared to return on Thursday, which is tomorrow. It's going to be exciting to see two defensive players of the year potentially play alongside each other, one a point guard, one a post player. I think that's going to be really
Rose
exciting.
gonna be coming back.
Rose is coming back at some point. We saw how he's been able to really just mesh really well with this offense in this second unit. I mean, we saw him with the first unit; he was doing very well, but I believe his role will likely be with this second
Of
unit. I don't
course, of
see.
course. I mean,
I,
This is Ja's team,
yeah.
and you know what? You mentioned earlier how Rose was talking about how Ja is one of the hardest workers he's ever seen, and how Ja really takes the time to work on his game, and that was evident. He's missed 8 months, as you pointed out, brother.
Mm-hmm.
To come back from 8 months you got to talk about also what he had to go through, because he can say what he wanted to say. He felt the shame. He felt bad. Like, man, I put my team in this position because I want to be me. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting this name, this bad reputation on a Morant name because I want to do me. You know what I mean? And of course that has to get to you. But the fact that that man knew that his time was coming and that he kept himself prepared, because there's a great saying: stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Mm-hmm.
And the man came in like he stayed ready. John Morant came out there and put on a spirited performance, especially in the second half. And you can see the way that his team gravitates towards him. You can see that they looked at everybody else and said, "Oh, we got a chance now. Our Achilles is back.
Yep.
Our great warrior is back. Our Leonidas is back."
Right. And that's just to
And
the
he's here
point.
to lead the charge.
To that point you're making too, I just pulled up the quote Derrick Rose said to Grizzlies Nation the other day. There's the quote. Don't flag me. This is a quote. Derrick Rose don't swear often either, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you know he's big Memphis. He's a hardworking motherfucker. I know that. I'm proud of him, very proud of him. Never complains. He's there early, there after, at shoot around practices. You can just see it. You haven't heard anything about him, and that's a great thing. And I think that's really the last part right there. I think is really important because Ja acted a fool after the game
Yeah.
winner, and I loved it. And a lot of people, oh, he hasn't learned his lesson. Look how he's acting. Listen, man, him
Man,
celebrating a win versus
he's
whipping a
still
block around are
yeah.
two very different things. So let's not get that misconstrued. The man just got to win. I don't want to hear nothing about it. If you want to argue with someone, argue with your mama, not with me. I ain't trying to hear all that. But it's definitely positive that Ja isn't in the media in the way that we've seen him. I mean, the only times we've seen him is obviously in the counseling sessions where a woman's asking him if his diamonds are fucking real, which is ridiculous, but it's a whole different thing. But, I've seen a lot from Ja. And the last thing I want is to see something like that happen again. I'm sure that's the last thing Ja wants, the last things the Grizzlies want. It's the last thing anyone really wants. We all want Ja to be the best version of himself because I think, Rob, the league deserves it. Randy has a
Yeah.
question. He
Yeah.
says, here's what I do. Question, though. I heard Devontae Pack, the dude who went live, was there last night. What y'all know about that? If that's true, I don't love the optics of it.
You
I'm
talking
not.
about the guy that was in the car with him with the
Yeah, yeah,
gun.
yeah. So, Rob, I'm not quite sure on the validity of that, if he was there or not. I don't know if you
I
know.
think one is I think they did catch some. I can't remember how guy looked, but I know he did have some of his homies there. Look, I don't have a problem with it as long as Ja has explained to his friends and family. Look, I'm a brand, and we got if we gonna do stuff, we gotta do that off camera. Like, and if I'm Ja, when you come over my house now, you damn near gotta sign an NDA. Like, you gotta put your phone at the door. Nobody should know what's going on while I'm in here. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. You should have your privacy to be able to do whatever you want to do. So, because I'm glad that finally the sports analysts and sports journalists of the world are finally starting to tell people what Ja did was broke NBA laws. He didn't break federal or government laws. He didn't break a state law. He has the right to have a firearm.
Don't tell
And
Malika Andrews that.
yeah, well, until I hear her talk about Josh Giddy, I don't got nothing to say about Shorty. But but you know what I'm saying? Because it killed me, not to get off topic, but Stephen A. Smith goes on his show, the Stephen A. Smith Show, which is a great podcast, by the way.
Man, it's a wild show.
It's a great podcast, by
It's
the
a
way. But he
wild show.
goes on his show to defend Malika Andrews and his justification for not talking about Josh Giddy because everything is accusation. But then turns right around. I forgot what NBA player that was or football player was. Just got in trouble for possibly beating on their wife. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but they had a whole segment about it. That's accusation as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't speak on, according to what you just said, you can't speak on these things due to the fact that they're accusations.
The pot calling
Yet
instead of
you
work.
go on a whole tirade about the possibility of the optics of how it looks if you beat on your wife and don't beat on women. We don't know that. She probably beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? In today's world, you gotta, hey, you women know how to throw hands, bro.
Man, you never know. You never
Hey,
know.
trust me.
Tell you what. Tell you what. Respectfully, there ain't nothing funny about domestic abuse,
It
but
ain't.
I'll tell you what. 90% of the players on the Chicago Sky or in the WNBA can probably beat my ass. I'll let you know that right now. I'll let you know they work their ass off, man. Let's not act like Ronda Rousey, the Holly Holmes of the world aren't real. I'm not I have
The
no I'm just
cyborgs.
we're just having a conversation. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But
with that
honestly,
being
though,
said though,
but
Rob,
to get back to Jado, man, I was happy for him. You can tell he was happy. You can tell his teammates was happy, and the guy just came out and gave us a performance that we need. Like that's what we look for in the NBA. You start to look as LeBron and Steph and these guys start to age, and we know sooner or later they're going to be out of the league. You start to look over who's going to be the next face,
yeah,
who's going to be the next set of players. I mean, you look at what Anthony Edwards has been doing lately. You look at John Morant. You look at Joel Embiid and Joker and Giannis, and these guys they've stated their claim. You know what I'm saying? And they're here and they're ready to take over. So shout out to Ja and just that amazing performance last night, man. I was glad to be able to actually watch that in real time.
100%, 100%. Now, you mentioned one guy. And I think it's important to have this conversation before we talk about Draymond Green, um, because it does involve Draymond Green. Draymond Green, like I told you, I think initiated this spark. The Golden State Warriors initiated the spark to this team. The next generation of stars are definitely here, and we're going to start the conversation with the number one team in the Western Conference, the 20-5 Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yes,
Not
sir.
the Warriors. It's not the Suns. It's not the Nuggets. It's not the Clippers. It's the Minnesota Timberwolves, Rob Scott, led by Anthony Edwards.
Yeah. Well, they getting whooped right now, but it's okay. They've been winning.
They are getting a little whooped right now.
Yeah,
It's
Maxi,
only an
Maxi,
11-point game, though, so it's
yeah,
not too bad.
Maxi is 13 now, but Maxi going crazy.
Yeah,
And,
but
and going to the line looks like for a 3-point play, so it possibly could be a 14-point game. They pulling
100%.
away in the fourth. That's another kid who's been stepping up too. Maxi's a dog. But
I mean, bro.
let's talk about Minnesota, man, because besides this game, dude, to watch the growth of Anthony Edwards has been amazing. It's
Mm-hmm.
been amazing. You sent me a post, uh, him in his fadeaway and how it
It's
resembles
Kobe. It's Kobe
Mike
and
and
Mike.
Kobe. Oh my God, dude, that dude, he understand the game. He's
So
starting to get it. And I always tell people when somebody with athleticism, because a lot of these guys right now, they are winning based off pure athletic talent. When you start to put knowledge of the game with that, and everything starts to slow down, and you able to control the pace, kind of like what LeBron does, that's when you know he's starting to get it. And you can see that with Anthony Edwards. He's starting to get it. He's slowing the game down. He's putting everybody in their right places. He's like giving this energy off to his team where they understand we gonna play tough for this guy. Gobert's playing the toughest I've ever seen him play. Gobert's starting to hoop, bro. Anthony Edwards has been hooping. I'm telling you, man, they don't look like no one hit wonder too. They better watch out for these Timberwolves.
nah, 100%. Carl Anthony Towns has been balling out of his mind as well. I
My
can't
boy
sit here.
Cat,
Cat's been going crazy, and that's something
aka Sharman.
I've been waiting a long time for Softy Sharman to figure it out. And that I think that's what he needed really, was to really on a global stage get it figured out. Now we saw him get choked out by Ben Simmons one time when he tried to fight Joel Embiid, but I think this was really a wake-up call to like, yo, man, you got teammates now that care about you.
Yeah,
You were the face of this franchise, and now I am the face of this franchise. But you
yeah,
could still be a huge piece to it. You could be a pillar. We could be Shaq and Kobe. And I think that's the mentality that they're trying to instill. Now, is Cat going to be Shaq? I doubt it. But I think there's levels to it to where he can be a Paul Gasol type player for a guy
yeah.
like
That's what
Anthony
he
Edwards.
reminds me of.
And that's really where I think they can really just succeed. And Rudy's going to be Rudy at the end of the day. The defense has been great. The blocks have been great, but the at the end of the day, I think the problem is offensively. He just hasn't been able to find himself in double figures consistently every single game, which is going to be hard to come back close in the games. But I love what we're seeing from Ant. Ant's somebody that I've been watching for a minute.
Ant-Man.
Really just like breaking down who he's going to be, how he's going to continue to develop. Watched him overseas in Team USA doing his thing. He was balling out with AR-15, and I think when you look at
Assumed a leadership role too on that
yeah,
Cuba team.
you look at though like the early years of Michael Jordan, it wasn't really he was talked about, but it wasn't what it was in the 90s. And I think that's kind of where Anthony
Yeah,
Edwards is
I,
at right
I
now.
disagree.
You disagree because you're in Chicago. You know what I
No,
mean? Like
what you
from a
talking about?
global stage, I
What you
don't think
talking about?
anybody looked at Michael Jordan in his first 2 years and said that's the
No,
best
I'm not
player in
saying
the
the
world.
first 2 years, but this is not Anthony Edwards' first two
It's like
years.
his first 4 years.
Yeah, in his first 4 years, Mike started to make a name for himself.
Yeah, but
I
not
would say about like 80. He got in at 84. I would say about 87, 88, because remember that's when he played like that
how many
Boston
years is
team.
that, Rob?
4 years,
Exactly.
3, 4 years.
So we
That's what I'm
starting
saying.
to see that level. You know what I'm saying? When the first 4 years of Mike, yeah, you had the rookie of the year, yeah, you had all these other things. That's cool. But what I'm saying is it wasn't what it was when he was at his peak. Guys just didn't walk in like the LeBron treatment.
Oh no. Oh no. Anthony Edwards goes down holding his ankle. Oh no.
Look what we
Oh, get
did.
him up, y'all. Come on, get him up. Get him up. Okay, good. He bouncing up like he gonna go shoot his free throws. I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, you're
My heart
good.
almost dropped for that guy, man, because he been playing so well.
Nah, you're good, bro.
He
But yeah,
been
man,
playing so well.
I just think at the end of the day, man, Anthony Edwards is starting to get to a point kind of like Mike, where it's like, yeah, man, you kind of came into an organization that was nothing. To be honest, the Bulls weren't on nothing before Mike. You
Oh,
come in
without a
here,
doubt. You're right about that.
and just like Minnesota, you have to make your own name. You have to make the brand of the organization. And he's making both look really good right now. So I love what we're seeing from Ant. He didn't come into this league, and that was the point I was making with you. Neither did
Mm-hmm.
Mike. Mike wasn't even the number one overall fucking pick.
No,
He
it
didn't
wasn't.
walk into here like Kobe Bryant. He didn't walk into here like LeBron James with the hype that came with that. That's just being real. I mean, shit. They didn't even want to throw him a supermax at Adidas. So I mean, it comes down to it at the end of the day that they are starting to make a name for themselves. And I think once they reach a certain spot, we're going to be talking about Anthony Edwards the way guys are looking at Jason Tatum right now in a completely different conversation. Who
Yeah.
Jason Tatum fans think he is who Anthony Edwards is. But we got one last topic before we get out of here. Two, actually. One's a Christmas one, so it's not really
Merry Christmas.
it's not really a super long conversation, but it's how we're gonna end the show.
It's a
But
nostalgic
before then,
conversation, though.
we got Draymond Green. Draymond Green indefinitely is suspended for the remainder of this year after punching Yusuf Nurkic, after choking out Rudy Gobert, curb stomping Demonte Sabonis, and we can go on and on and on about all the
Did
other
you
things that have
did
happened.
you see my compilation yesterday?
I did. It was
That was wild.
it was very long. It was
This
very
man got
long.
a whole compilation
Knocking out Jordan Poole. I mean, but if we're
hitting
looking,
people in the nuts.
I mean, bro, like where we're laughing, but like in a serious note, where are we at right now in the Draymond Green era? Are we at the beginning of the end? Are we at
Yeah,
the end? Where are we at?
I think his time with the Warriors is about to be up. Even though they just paid him, it starts to really come down to, can we really afford this distraction? Because you put your team in jeopardy. Now I know a lot of people are like, oh well, look, the Warriors beat Boston and they've been playing pretty well without Draymond, but Draymond is still an integral piece in what they try to do. He's their best defender. He's one of their best rebounders. He's one of their best point guards because he takes the pressure from Steph having to do everything, and Steph can really play off the ball in the way that him and Draymond is synced with that screen and roll, and actually a beautiful game to watch. But Draymond antics has just went too far now. It's like I think he punched like what he did to Jordan Poole. And I get it. Sometimes people be running their mouth and you go out and get what you got, what you looking for.
That was also
But
me
at the
personally. That was also at a practice.
Yeah, but at the same time, what I was about to say is I think that kind of like I guess told Draymond like, man, I'm gonna start doing this to everybody. Like anybody that want that smoke, because he really been coming out on the league. And you look like that, what he did to Nurkic, dude, that wasn't a basketball play. Like he tried to make it. I'm like, dude, you definitely showing the world you a top grade liar. Cause you talking, man, he grabbed my hip and I swung my arm. No, like, dude, you that was a calculated punch. Like you knew where you was punching him at. You know what I'm saying? And I really do wish Nurkic would have got up and knocked the hell out of him because you can't do people like that. We here to play basketball. I didn't think I was coming for jail ball. We in the NBA. We not in the penitentiary. So I don't know. And everybody keep talking about Draymond need help. Draymond need no. Draymond need accountability, and Draymond need to mature. I'm not gonna sit up here and say he crazy or he going crazy. No, he just playing crazy. He playing crazy because if you listen to real NBA tough guys, both former players and current players, they'll tell you Draymond know who to do that with.
Yeah.
He ain't running up on everybody like that.
Right.
And that's my only thing, man. I actually got love for Draymond because Draymond, I got a soft spot for the Golden State Warriors. That's where my favorite player plays. So I've been able to celebrate those rings with Clay, and Steph, and Draymond. So I got love for Draymond. I was even a fan of his podcast because he was bringing a different aspect of play. I think he started that movement of current players that still play yet have their podcast on the side. Draymond is the godfather of that movement.
Mm-hmm.
So that, and that's what he got to understand. You got a brand. I was saying this yesterday on Rob's 2 Cents. You have a brand. You are the brand of Draymond Green. This is why you get invited on Inside the NBA. This is why you've had your podcast have success, and people saying you have a future in broadcasting. Like you're throwing all that away because you want to be fake tough. Remember, tough guys don't gotta punch people in the face to prove they tough. You know a tough guy when you see him. Tough guys actually have the most discipline because they trying not to whoop somebody's ass.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, I've seen Draymond hit a lot of people, and I've never seen him hit somebody like Giannis. I've never seen him hit somebody like Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
I've never seen him hit Bron.
He didn't even want that smoke with Anthony Edwards. Remember, Edwards ain't nobody worried about you. He choked out Rudy, not Ant.
Yeah, you saw it with Ant. You saw him avoid Ant. You saw him avoid a couple of other cats, throughout the years that I just think he didn't want any problems with. Not to say he don't want problems with him, but just that he purposely goes out there knowing who he's messing with. You know what I mean? Obviously,
a bully. That's a bully.
Yeah, your issue is with D-Book 9 times out of 10, and I think you took your anger out on a guy like Nurkic, and it's like you don't go after a guy like Book because you know what happens if you go after a guy like Book. Now you're suspended for 2 years. You know what? You can't go out there.
Book might put them paws on you.
Book ain't doing shit.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Book a little off.
Book, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Book can't fight. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
You coming out there like this?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that right now. You date a Kardashian. You date a Kardashian, bro. You can't fight. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you that, but at the end of the day,
I don't know. Lamar Odom might put them hands on people.
I tell you, Lamar Odom's fighting other demons right now. He got other stuff going on, but he got enough going on. He fighting the street, but it's something to me to where. And on top, Luka beat the fuck out of D-Book, and D-Book ain't said nothing to him. But
Luka different. Luka from
I want to hear that.
Where's Luka from? Serbia?
Luka's just a white boy from across the pond. That's all it is.
Hey, but them across the pond white boys kind of different from the white boys.
A little bit.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's why they
were talking about Draymond don't want no smoke with the Joker. It was like, hey boy.
Oh no. No, it's not.
Also like 7 foot that be in them stands. Remember when they wanted to smoke with the Morris
Yeah,
twins?
no, it's not necessarily Jokic that you're afraid of. Is I think it's his brothers more than anything.
Yeah.
Those
Remember
motherfuckers
they
kill
got on that
motherfuckers.
with the Morrison twins. They was like,
Yeah, they was ready to kill motherfuckers. That's just what it was. But no, man,
over, hey, go drink a fifth of vodka.
I completely agree with you though, bro. Like I love Draymond, and for me, I have a very different emotion when it comes to those three than you might or other people of your generation or the new generation might. These guys were my guys in high
Yeah,
school. Like I was 15, 16 years old when they won 73 games. And that's like those I had a very blessed life, I would say. The shit was fucked up, but from a basketball perspective, you look at the Carmelo Anthony stories, the Derrick Roses, the LeBron James. I got to see Kobe and Shaq. I got to see Kobe after Shaq, D Wade in South Beach, Bron in South Beach, Bron go back to Cleveland. The emergence of Steph Curry and the Warriors, OKC with KD and Russ and Harden. I saw all of this. Tim
got to
Duncan.
see Allen Iverson and Kyrie
I mean,
and Jamal Crazy, as I like to call him, Jamal Crawford.
but
Like man, we saw some. We got to see Lemon Pepper Lou. Hey, I'm gonna get love to our six men out there too, man, because
fuck
they be
that. I
out
don't
there
want to hear
hooping.
nothing about them right now.
More Lemon Pepper Lou.
Forget about Lou, bro. Lou probably out there doing God knows what. But
Hey Lou, we at Magic City tonight, baby. For
no,
the wings, baby.
but I think, when you watch someone go down like this in the way they're going down, to kind of compare it to something, there's levels to it. So I'm not saying Draymond has gotten to this point, but like Antonio Brown was a big part of my childhood too. And as much as people are making fun of him and talking about him all negatively, it's really unfortunate to see a guy like AB go through what he's going through right now with his mind. And you really don't know where he's at, you really don't know what's going on with him.
I'm
And that's
sorry, I had
kind
to
of
put that
crazy.
shit on.
But it's definitely something that I think at the end of the day, something's not right with Draymond. Something's not right with Draymond. And I don't know if that's counseling. I don't know if that's just
I don't
him.
get it though. You just got your bag.
Yeah.
You was mad they chose Jordan Poole over you. You got the bag. The Warriors say you here to stay. It's I don't get it.
Yeah. It's obviously something that's bigger than basketball to me.
Joel Embiid got 49 points tonight. Oh my god.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And you got Maxi out there cooking too, over 25.
Oh, he could have just hit for 50. Don't worry, he got 51. Oh Lord Jesus.
Oh man. Oh man. But man, with that being said, we
Hey,
got
you think Joel Embiid going for another MVP or no?
no.
I think he is. He's leading the league in scoring again.
I think it's Luca's time.
I don't think so.
Bro, Luca
I
had
don't
30
think so.
points in the first half the other night,
I
bro.
get it, but he got 51. This ain't the first time Joel went for 50 this season either.
No,
And
I
he
know.
leads the league in scoring, and he's one of the top rebounders in the league, and he's one of the top shot blockers in the league. Let's
I
talk
don't
about
know.
it.
I don't know.
Let's talk about it.
I'm still with Luca, to be honest.
Hey, shout
That's
out to Philly, man, because I know we proud of what James Harden and the Clippers are doing and what Coach Tyronn Lue got them doing over there. But Philly was able to clean house, get rid of James Harden, got rid of Doc Rivers, bring in some players that really want to play like Patrick Beverly and Kelly Oubre Jr. Allow Maxey to grow. Bring in Nick Nurse, who I don't care what people say about him. He was a damn good coach with Toronto,
I like
won
Nick
a
Nurse.
championship, and you can tell he's a player's coach, but he also gets the respect from his players. You know what I mean? And I think also too, making that deal with the Clippers to send James Harden over there and getting people back like a Robert Covington and a Nicholas Batum. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that really helped Philly out. And you know what? Just shout out to the city of brotherly love, man, because Philly has been hooping. Like Tyreek's Maxey has really stepped up, and Joel Embiid has really turned himself into a leader for this organization.
Yup.
And,
Yup.
and, and I'm proud of him for that. And
100%.
I just love basketball, man. I just love that. I didn't want to steal your thunder, man, but to
Ain't
watch
stealing
them
nothing.
play, like this, especially against the best team, not just in the West. The Minnesota's the best team in the league right now.
Yep.
So to watch them do that and come out there and go to work. And Joel gave him 51. They needed every bit of that 51 because Anthony Edwards was hooping too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, this was a good
100%.
game. This was a great game.
100%. With that being said, though, man, we appreciate you guys for being here. Appreciate you guys
Yeah.
always tuning in. We got
All
one
right.
last topic
We got
tonight.
one last time. I'm about to say, don't you end it. Don't you do it, Mikey.
Nah, but favorite Christmas game.
Woo!
We got Christmas games coming up this
Camera.
weekend. It's gonna be a lot of fun. NBA Christmas is
Oh, let's
always a
look. Who's
great
playing
time.
on camera?
We got a couple of them. We got a couple of games on Christmas. It's gonna be a lot of fun. First and foremost, we got Bucks versus Knicks Christmas
Yeah.
morning in New York. We got
Come on.
Warriors versus Nuggets in Denver at 1:30.
Ooh.
Monday night, 4 p.m. We got Celtics versus Lakers in LA.
Yeah.
76ers versus Miami in Miami at 7.
Yeah.
And then is the game of the night. Mavericks versus Suns, 9:30 in Phoenix. Luka versus Devin Booker. I don't know if Kyrie will be back because Dwight Powell is a fucking idiot.
He
But
landed on my man's ankles, man.
that shit was redundant. I don't even know. I don't even know how to. That was just bad.
Uh,
That was just bad basketball.
let's do
But
a quick prediction right quick. My quick prediction, I got Milwaukee beating New York. I'm going with Denver to beat Golden State. I'm going with Celtics to beat the Lakers. I'm going 76ers to beat the Heat. And then I'm going Dallas to beat Phoenix.
I'm gonna go. Knicks beat Bucks.
You always got to be difficult.
Warriors beat Nuggets. Celtics beat Lakers. Say 76ers beat the Heat. And then I got Mavs beating Suns. The Suns can't do nothing.
So we agree on 3 out of the 5 games. So we'll see who wins.
I think the Knicks are balling.
To beat Denver, but
yeah, give you want to go on your little rant about Philly. Talk about Jalen Brunson going for 50 the other night. The man's balling.
I did on my show.
But that's what I'm saying. I just said I'm gonna have a minute. That's all it was. I'm not hating on you. I didn't say you didn't. I'm just saying. You're talking about Maxey. You got to talk about a guy like Brunson, bro. I mean, he's been absolutely dominant. You ain't talking about a normal game against the Milwaukee Bucks. This is on Christmas Day, so you gonna get the best version of him. You better believe it. It's gonna be a beautiful game. It's gonna be a beautiful game. But our last topic of the night is one of our favorites that I'm excited to do yearly with you. Maybe we could change it up. Favorite play, favorite game, favorite segment, favorite commercial, whatever it may be.
I got both right now.
I'm excited about this. I'm going to start it off with the GOAT. I have to go back 11 years ago. December 25th, 2011. MVP Derrick Rose.
Oh, you bogus. You stole my Christmas game.
Kobe Bryant.
You stole my Christmas game, bro.
I think we had the same game.
You 88 to 87?
That's your favorite one, too?
That was my favorite one.
That has to be, right? The floater?
The reason why, because I love both teams. Remember, the Lakers was fresh off the championship, and I think it was a lock-in that year, wasn't it?
Kobe Bryant was your favorite player at the time, too, wasn't it?
Of course. And while Kobe played, he was my favorite player. But D Rose was there, man, and that Chicago Bulls team, man. And remember, he wasn't MVP yet, but he put on the MVP performance. Put the Bulls.
That was the year he won MVP, though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was 2011.
It was.
So he technically that was the MVP Rose. We don't want to talk about what happened after, but it was the MVP Rose that year. And man, bro, that was everything to me.
Out there hooping, boy. He was out there hooping.
It was beautiful ball. It was, and craziest part was Joakim Noah only had like 6 points. Carlos Boozer was out there balling. Kyle Korver didn't hit a lick in like 9 minutes. Like Carlos Boozer was so much more impactful in them early days than he was in the later ones. But it was a bigger deal for Carlos Boozer to be a part of this Bulls organization. But it really was just Kobe versus Rose this whole game. How it ended up with Derek Fisher in front of D Rose to end the game, I to this day have no idea how Kobe didn't get the switch, because I don't know what. Maybe Kobe, I think he was on booze or somebody at the time, but I don't know why Kobe just didn't take that assignment to end the game. The ball is going into the MVP's hand. it was just beautiful ball, beautiful movement. I mean, you saw the box out of Joakim Noah. He making sure Kobe ain't getting down the lane. He just comes up, floats it up. I didn't know if it was with his left or his right, but he just makes it look effortless. And that was what was beautiful, was because like growing up, that was my Jordan era, was the Kobe era. I was born in the
Mm-hmm.
2000s. I was born straight 2000. His first ring was my first breath. Like, that's really what it was. And it was like, to see him and Shaq growing up, then him and Gasol, I said, man, I would love if the Bulls had a guy like that. And then we did. And now we do. And we have MVP D Rose. We got Joakim Noah. We got Carlos Boozer. We got the shooter, the man who made people stop making fun of my mop top, Kyle Korver. People in the hood were like, hey, oh, nah, man. Mike's valid. You seen Kyle Korver got the same cut. I said, yeah, man. Yeah, man. I went from Harry Potter to Kyle Korver to Peter Parker in a span of like 3 years. It was crazy. Then I got Mitch Trubisky in high school. Shit was weird. But it was one of those games, man, that I'll always remember. I know you
Yeah.
will too. I know we had the same answer, so we can't go back and
No,
forth.
you know what? Yes we can. Cause I picked another game. And my other game that I liked was it sucked because my team lost, but I had to go 2016 Golden State
Mm.
versus Cleveland. And this was fresh off Cleveland's championship. They bring in KD. So this was an anticipated battle. The Warriors had their full arsenal. The Cavaliers had their full arsenal. I remember that switch. Clay gets on Kyrie. Kyrie for game. And remember, this was after everybody was saying, oh, had Clay switched on Kyrie in the finals previous year and not Steph, maybe he stops Kyrie from hitting that shot.
That was
So
always a conversation.
so the fact that Clay made the switch and he got on Kyrie, and I remember Kyrie hit him with the fadeaway. Oh, hey, all that. Hey, and that was a great game. I mean, LeBron and KD was going at it. Anticipated matchup. Everybody wanted to see this matchup in the finals that year, and everybody was like just writing off the Cavaliers, especially like, man, this super squad that the Warriors have, nobody's gonna beat that.
Right.
And Kyrie said, you got me twisted because I'm gonna come in and hit this damn jumper, and it was over with. So that was a great Christmas game.
Most definitely, most definitely. But we appreciate y'all, man. I don't know if we'll have another show before New Year's, possibly next Wednesday. I gotta check. I don't know when New Year's is.
New Year's is on a Monday, like Christmas is on a Monday. Remember,
Christmas is on Monday, so that means the
7 days
following.
later.
Okay, yeah, we'll have another show before the end of the new year. We will not have a show this weekend because obviously it's Christmas.
Christmas time.
But I want to wish all y'all from Welcome to Mars a very, very happy holidays. If you don't celebrate the holidays, happy New Year's. Just enjoy some ball, enjoy your family, do whatever you got to do.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, happy whatever you celebrate. Remember, this is the time just to be around family and friends, great people, great company. So we hope you guys enjoy this holiday time. Take time to reset. Get ready for this 2024 year. It's gonna be our year, y'all. We seeing it right now. It's gonna be our year. 2024. Here we come. Mike, to you, my brother. Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas, man.
This has been a fun ride, bro, and I'm glad I got you as my podcasting partner.
Always, man. Always, man. Man, like always, we'll be in here like swimwear every Wednesday, every Saturday. Not this Saturday, but every Wednesday and Saturday, all 2024. We'll check you guys out later. We're gonna watch some amazing rest of the basketball night, amazing basketball this weekend, and we'll be back and better than ever.
Ladies and gentlemen,